Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing a couple of Instant Pot budget-friendly recipes that'll be great for any family. The first one I'm going to start with is a chicken and rice bowl. I'll be making this in the Instant Pot. You're going to need a long cooking rice. White rice is what we used. Some onion and corn, some kidney beans, salsa, green chilies, chicken broth, and then of course your chicken. And I'm just using frozen boneless skinless chicken breast, and I'll be throwing everything into the pot together. So the first thing I need to do is just prep the vegetables, and so that's the one onion that I'll be using. So that's what I'm doing here, getting that chopped up. So this recipe is super simple because all you do is just throw everything into the pot. You have all your ingredients laid out and ready, and then I just layered them in. The onion, the chicken, the corn, the green chilies, the rice, and then it's going to be the chicken broth and salsa, the beans, all that. So everything goes in, and a little bit of taco seasoning. And I use my homemade taco seasoning that we use, but you could just use one package of taco seasoning, and so everything goes into the pot together. So you get your lid all locked on and make sure your valve is set to sealing, and then you're going to set your pot on manual or pressure cook for 18 minutes, and that is for frozen chicken that's in there. If you were using a thawed chicken, you could do more like probably 13 or 14 minutes. And then you let it do a natural release. I think I did mine, yeah, for 7 minutes, natural release, and then you just move the valve over to venting and let it finish releasing that pressure so you can take the lid off. And then this is all fully cooked. It's completely done now. All I'm going to do is remove the chicken breast from the pot and get those shredded and then back into the bowl. So it's done now at this point. We just served ours up into bowls. This is kind of like a rice bowl that you could get somewhere like Chipotle. You could also serve this up into a burrito wrap and wrap it up. But we just did it in bowls. I topped mine with sour cream and cheese and salsa, and you can have fresh green onions chopped up if you like that, or cilantro to add some freshness. You could make it your own, however you want to top it, but these were really good, super simple, so that was a win for Mom. Okay, so next we're on to my Instant Pot Minestrone Soup. This is one of our family's favorites. They love this recipe. So I'm using 2 celery stalks, 2 carrots, and 1 large onion. You're going to need just 1 cup of small shells, and then we have cannellini beans and some kidney beans, diced tomatoes, tomato sauce, and then the herbs there are parsley, oregano, and basil, and of course salt. So this is how we'll make it. First, you want to get your Instant Pot set to saute setting, and I like to have mine on the highest setting that it'll go on. So you see there, you can hit the minus button and adjust it, have it go down, or then hit the plus button and go up, or you just actually hit the adjust button and it goes from low, medium, high. So that way I can get it set on high, put in a couple of tablespoons of olive oil in the bottom of the pot, and then I'm just going to get all my veggies chopped up and dropped into the pot. Next, I'll be adding in all the seasonings, the salt, and then the herbs. And I will have this recipe linked down below, so that in the description box. So you just go down there and look and follow the link to where I found the recipe. And I pretty much stayed to the same recipe that I found online. I think it called for thyme, and I don't put thyme in our recipes. Nobody in our family, except for me, cares for the taste of thyme, and so I just always omit that when I find it in recipes. But these herbs, oregano and basil, of course, and then parsley, they have that Italian flavor, which is, of course, what you find in minestrone soup. So now here I'm adding in homemade chicken stock. I make this once a month usually. I'll just make up a big batch, and if you don't have homemade chicken stock, you could of course buy the box or canned stuff, or even make some broth out of bouillon. And then I'm stirring in the pasta. Now if you wanted to make this vegetarian, of course just use vegetable stock or broth instead of chicken, and then you could have a completely vegetarian meal. So then you just set your Instant Pot on manual or pressure cook, and this will take just 6 minutes. That's how long it takes to cook pasta in the Instant Pot. So set it to sealing and 6 minutes and you're all set. It's going to be great. So this is a great hearty soup. It's got those beans and that few little pasta and all those chunky carrots and celery in there, and it's just so good. And we like to serve it alongside of some homemade bread, and that's what I did. I had made a batch of the honey wheat bread that I make. There's a picture of it, and I'll actually link that video here at the end of this one if you'd like to see how I make it. Thanks so much for joining me again here. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so that you're always updated when I put out a new video. Thanks.